Welcome to another episode of The Blitz. I will be your host, Bryan Greer, and today I will be going over UFC 188 and previewing the card that is coming from Mexico City. As we know, this card does not have many top-notch fights on it, and basically I will be going over the main event and the co-main event, as this card lacks a lot of punch on it, and as we all know, the UFC has more fight cards that is, than actual weeks in the year. So, let's go ahead and get into the main event, which is the heavyweight title. Cain Velasquez going up against Fabricio Werdum. As we all know, Velasquez is coming back after a year and a half layoff from surgery and has not fought since UFC 166, which he did defeat Junior Dos Santos in their third matchup in a brutal fashion, just ground and pound him to death for 5 rounds. And we have the contender, who is actually the interim heavyweight champion since Velasquez has been out for a long time, Fabricio Werdum, who did become interim champ at UFC 181, defeating Mark Hunt in a brutal fashion with a vicious knee strike that finished him in the second round, that did crown him the interim champion. This fight right here is, I believe, arguably the best heavyweight title fight ever. Yes, I said that. As we all know, Fabricio Werdum had one of the biggest upsets ever in MMA history when he did defeat Fedor Emelianenko in Strikeforce. At that time, Fedor, who is the greatest heavyweight of all time in MMA, in my opinion, did have a 10-year streak of not losing. And it was incredible how he was able to submit Fedor, because as we all know, if you're a hardcore MMA fan, Fedor has won in all types of ways and was never in any trouble until we saw Fabricio Werdum do the unthinkable, which was submit him when he was in Strikeforce. He is a black belt practitioner at the highest of orders, jiu-jitsu. He is just incredible on the ground, can do it all. And one thing that he has improved on is his striking. He has really gotten it together, and in the last couple of years, really become a lethal striker, as we saw against Mark Hunt, finishing him by strikes, which none of us saw, because we know it takes a Mack truck to finish somebody like Mark Hunt, but Fabricio Werdum did the unthinkable. Now, on the other side, you have Cain Velasquez, who is clearly the highest gas tank, superior wrestler in MMA at the heavyweight division. He is not going to quit. He comes forward. He is an aggressive ground and pound specialist, in my opinion. He is just all over you once he gets you on the ground. As Junior Dos Santos knows, and the fast Brock Lesnar knows, he is going to make you either break your will or going to beat you in submission for 5 rounds, and has just incredible cardio. I've never seen Cain Velasquez get tired in a fight with his type of pace he keeps. I don't know if anybody can keep up with it, but as we know, Fabricio Werdum is one who has exceptional skills, and also his cardio, which in the past was a problem, as we know. Now he seems to really have it all together and can, keep the pace up, I believe, with Cain Velasquez. Now, let's get into this fight. I believe that this will be a fight standing because of Fabricio's ability to go for takedowns, and also with Cain being able to defend the takedowns. I think that Cain striking is very good, but it's just not as diverse as Fabricio Werdum's. He has just gotten it all together with leg kicks, knee strikes, great boxing, and I'm going to go with Werdum winning this fight. I think that it's going to go to decision. I don't think almost anybody can finish Cain Velasquez except Junior Dos Santos, who didn't win. Velasquez was hurt and basically fighting on one leg, but Fabricio Werdum right now is at the top of the game, I believe. I just think that the year and a half layoff for Cain Velasquez is going to be a factor in this fight, and Werdum is going to be the official heavyweight champion. And that is a shock to some people, but if you know about Fabricio Werdum, this should not be a shock. This guy is as good as it gets, and I think it is going to be an excellent fight. Back and forth, a real grinded out fight, a lot of just incredible striking, a lot of, I think, takedown defense is going to go against the cage. It might be a couple takedowns, but I think it's going to be going right back up to stand up really quickly, and it's going to be tight. But I do have Fabricio Werdum winning this fight and, like I said, becoming champion. Now, in the co-main event, you have a fight that a lot of people in the MMA community want to see for a long time, which is Gil Melendez versus Eddie Alvarez. As we all know, they were two of the top lightweights outside the UFC before they joined the UFC. Eddie Alvarez was a champ in the lightweight division in Bellator for a long time, and Gil Melendez was the undisputed champion in Strikeforce in the lightweight division. As has been documented, Gil Melendez has called out Eddie Alvarez for a long time, for the last 5 years, saying he wants to fight him. It was all out of respect, but for some reason Eddie Alvarez is taking this as a disrespectful thing and says that Melendez will pay for calling him out for the last 5 years. I think this fight right here is going to be incredible also. You have Melendez, who is a great striker, a great grappler, incredible jiu-jitsu, great gas tank. He does not get tired and just comes forward, loves battles, loves wars. On the other side, you have Eddie Alvarez, who in my opinion was in one of the greatest, if not the greatest fight of all time when he fought Michael Chandler the first time, which was an absolute war. Know him as a great striker, just comes forward in the pocket, will bang it out. Also, good wrestling, great cardio too. So these are two very evenly matched fighters. Even though they're not in their prime, this is still going to be a great fight. I have Melendez winning this fight. I believe that his cardio and just the way he brawls is just going to edge out Alvarez a little bit more. We know that Melendez is coming off a loss against Anthony Pettis in UFC 180 when he was going for the title for the second time and came up short, got submitted by Anthony Pettis. Also, in Eddie Alvarez's debut in UFC 178 against Donald Cerrone, just did not look that sharp. Donald Cerrone was just able to, just tag him all over, just kept the strikes up and just didn't look himself. But I believe that almost a year off for Eddie Alvarez is going to do a lot of good. But again, I think he's going to come up a little bit short because when you're dealing with Gil Melendez, dealing with a guy who is a great striker and great grappler and just loves to be in battles and just scrap. So I believe that's going to also go to a decision. I don't think he's going to be a finish Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez is as tough as they come also, but like I said, it's going to be another close fight. So, like I said, not a great deep card, but as far as the top of the card, the main event, the co-main event, very good fights, and I think that that will be worth your money. But besides that, not much else on this card. Want to know your guys' opinions? Do you think Kane keep his title? Do you think he will be Fabricio Werdum? Do you think Werdum? Do you agree with me that he's going to be victorious? Do you think Gil Melendez versus Eddie Alvarez will be a fight of the night or fight of the year, like a lot of people are saying? Who do you think is going to win that fight? So look forward to your guys' comments on the fights and in the comment section. So as always, comment, like, and subscribe to Unrivaled Multimedia. And as always, until the next episode of The Blitz, take it easy.